When preparing a 90-foot building for 4 tenants, several electrical provisions are essential. Firstly, a building permit is required for all electrical work. This ensures that the installation meets local codes and safety standards. Secondly, egress lighting is critical. Provide an emergency egress light over the back door to illuminate the path of egress. This is essential for safety during emergencies. Panel lighting is also necessary. Provide a light fixture over the electrical panel for easy access during maintenance and troubleshooting. Additionally, install a ground fault interrupter or GFI protected receptacle near the electrical panel. This protects against electrical shock. When it comes to the tenants themselves, lighting is a key consideration. Provide adequate lighting throughout each tenant space, including general lighting for overall illumination, task lighting for specific work areas, and emergency lighting for safety during power outages. Receptacles are also important. Install sufficient receptacles in each tenant space to accommodate the required electrical loads. This prevents overloading circuits. Dedicated circuits should also be provided for high-power appliances and equipment. This ensures that these appliances operate safely and efficiently. Panel access is something to consider. Ensure that all tenants have access to their respective electrical panels for maintenance and troubleshooting. This allows them to manage their electrical needs. In terms of building systems, a fire alarm is essential. Install a fire alarm system that complies with local code requirements. This will help to ensure the safety of everyone in the building. Consider installing an intercom system for communication between tenants and the building manager. This will make it easier for tenants to communicate with each other and the building manager. Install security lighting and consider motion-activated cameras for enhanced security. This will help to deter crime and keep the building safe. There are also additional considerations to keep in mind. If desired, provide a central vacuum system for the entire building. This will make it easier for tenants to keep their spaces clean. Install data cabling throughout the building to support internet, phone, and other data needs. This will ensure that tenants have the connectivity they need. Ensure adequate ventilation in all tenant spaces to minimize air quality issues. This will help to create a healthy and comfortable environment for tenants. Once the electrical work is complete, schedule an electrical inspection to verify compliance with all applicable codes and standards. This is the final step in ensuring that the electrical system is safe and code compliant. For specific requirements, it's crucial to consult the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and local building codes. Here are some specific considerations related to the NEC. Article 210 covers branch circuits, including the number and type of receptacles required in commercial spaces. Table 220.3.1 provides general lighting loads for various occupancies, helping you determine the appropriate lighting levels for each tenant space. Article 230 addresses service entrances, including the size and type of service conductors and overcurrent protection. Article 250 covers grounding and bonding requirements, ensuring that the electrical system is properly grounded to prevent electrical shock. Article 400 covers flexible cords and cables, including their allowable uses and limitations. Article 404 covers switches, including their types, ratings, and installation requirements. Article 406 covers receptacles, including their types, ratings, and installation requirements. Article 410 covers luminaires, lamp holders, and lamps, including their types, ratings, and installation requirements. Article 430 covers motors and motor circuits, including the requirements for motor protection and control. Article 440 covers air conditioning and refrigeration equipment, including the requirements for disconnects and overcurrent protection. Article 500 through 516 cover hazardous locations, including the requirements for electrical equipment in these locations. Article 517 covers healthcare facilities, including the requirements for essential electrical systems and patient care areas. Article 518 covers places of assembly, including the requirements for emergency lighting and fire alarm systems. Article 520 covers theatres, including the requirements for stage lighting and special effects. Article 547 covers agricultural buildings, including the requirements for electrical equipment in corrosive environments. Article 550 covers mobile homes and recreational vehicles, including the requirements for electrical systems in these vehicles. Article 600 covers electric signs and outline lighting, including the requirements for sign disconnects and overcurrent protection. Article 604 covers manufactured wiring systems, including the requirements for cable assemblies and connectors. Article 620 covers elevators, dumbwaiters, escalators, move-in walks, platform lifts, and stairway chair lifts, including the requirements for elevator machine rooms and hoistrays. Article 625 covers electric vehicle charging systems, including the requirements for charging stations and circuit protection. Article 640 covers audio signal processing, amplification, and reproduction equipment, including the requirements for grounding and bonding. Article 645 covers information technology equipment, including the requirements for computer rooms and data centers. Article 647 covers sensitive electronic equipment, including the requirements for power conditioning and grounding. Article 668 covers electrolytic cells, including the requirements for high current power supplies to cell rooms. Article 670 covers industrial machinery, including the requirements for machine disconnects and overcurrent protection. Article 680 covers swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations, including the requirements for ground fault circuit interrupters and bonding. Article 682 covers natural and artificially made bodies of water, including the requirements for electrical equipment near these bodies of water. Article 690 covers solar photovoltaic systems, including the requirements for solar panels, inverters, and wiring. Article 692 covers fuel cell systems, including the requirements for fuel cell disconnects and overcurrent protection. Article 694 covers wind electric systems, including the requirements for wind turbines, generators, and wiring. Article 695 covers fire pumps, including the requirements for fire pump controllers and power supplies. Additionally, specific sections within these articles will provide more detailed guidance. For example, NEC Section 210.11 specifies the number and type of branch circuits required for dwelling units and other occupancies. NEC Section 210.52 outlines the receptacle placement requirements for dwelling units, ensuring that receptacles are conveniently located throughout the space. NEC Section 220.12 provides methods for calculating general lighting loads in commercial buildings. NEC Section 230.42 specifies the minimum size of service entrance conductors based on the calculated load. NEC Section 250.50 addresses grounding electrode systems, including the use of ground rods, water pipes, and concrete encased electrodes. NEC Section 300.22 covers wiring in ducts, plenums, and other air handling spaces, specifying the types of wiring methods permitted in these locations. NEC Section 310.15 provides ampacity tables for conductors, allowing you to determine the allowable current carrying capacity of different wire sizes. NEC Section 408.36 addresses overcurrent protection for panel boards, ensuring that the panel board is protected from overloads and short circuits. NEC Section 430.52 provides rules for motor overload protection, preventing motors from overheating and failing. NEC Section 440.22 specifies the disconnecting means requirements for air conditioning and refrigeration equipment. Remember to consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local amendments to ensure compliance with the most up-to-date requirements. Local codes may have additional or more stringent requirements than the NEC, so it's always best to check with the local authorities. In addition to the NEC, other relevant standards may apply, such as those published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, Underwriters Laboratories, or ALL, and the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI. For example, and FPA 70E provides guidance on electrical safety in the workplace, helping to protect workers from electrical hazards. UL standards cover the safety of electrical products, ensuring that they meet minimum safety requirements. ANSI standards address a wide range of topics, including electrical equipment and systems. Consider energy efficiency when selecting electrical equipment and systems. Energy-efficient lighting, such as light-emitting diodes or LED, can significantly reduce energy consumption and operating costs. Energy-efficient appliances and equipment can also help to lower energy bills. Use occupancy sensors to control lighting in areas that are not constantly occupied. Occupancy sensors can automatically turn lights on and off based on occupancy, saving energy and reducing operating costs. Install timers to control lighting and other electrical loads. Timers can be used to automatically turn lights and other electrical loads on and off at predetermined times, saving energy and reducing operating costs. Consider using a built-in automation system to control and monitor electrical systems. Building automation systems can optimize energy performance, improve tenant comfort, and reduce operating costs. Plan for future electrical needs. Consider the potential for future expansion or changes in tenant needs when designing the electrical system. Provide spare capacity in electrical panels and conduit systems to accommodate future growth. Document the electrical system. Keep accurate records of the electrical system, including wiring diagrams, panel schedules, and equipment specifications. This documentation will be helpful for future maintenance and troubleshooting. Communicate with tenants about electrical safety. Educate tenants about electrical safety, including the proper use of electrical equipment and the dangers of overloading circuits. Provide tenants with contact information for reporting electrical problems. Regularly inspect the electrical system. Perform regular inspections of the electrical system to identify and correct any potential problems. This will help to ensure that the electrical system is safe and reliable. Maintain the electrical system. Perform regular maintenance on the electrical system, including cleaning equipment, tightening connections, and replacing worn parts. This will help to extend the life of the electrical system and prevent costly repairs. Following these guidelines will help to ensure that your Nantec site building with 4 tenants has a safe, reliable, and efficient electrical system. Remember to consult with a qualified electrical contractor to ensure that all work is performed in accordance with applicable codes and standards. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified professionals to prevent electrical shock, fire, and other hazards. This comprehensive approach will ensure the safety and satisfaction of all tenants while adhering to all relevant electrical codes and standards. Safety is paramount and compliance with regulations is non-negotiable.